Welcome to the 5-Minute Trading Edge, brought to you by the Institutional Edge System. Millions of retail traders look at a chart just like this one. They see price grind along, they see it climb, they see massive drop-offs, but they have no idea what's really driving this movement. Sure, somebody's at the wheel or a group of people at the wheel, and if only you could know and trade with them. If somebody's making money here, it's just not you or I if we're looking at and guessing at a chart like this. So today we're going to look at the real market forces. These are the people that are driving the volume. And in order to see this, we have to be able to unlock the candle and see what's going on. This will tell us who and what is driving price and how price is responding. It'll also allow us to have the real-time intelligence we need to deliver and generate consistent profits, as opposed to guessing. Now, all of this is delivered to every chart, regardless of the market that you might be trading in or the time frame you're dealing with order flow sequence tracking intelligence. And at the core of it, it provides the ability to unlock the candle, to see within, to know exactly what's going on the sell side as well as the buy side in any given market. And more importantly, the aggressive moves that are being made that is driving, in this case, price up, or in this case, price down. Now, I suppose you could be a supercomputer and track this from the order book directly to your chart, or you could just have it presented right to you in real time. Now, using our example that we saw before, let's take a look at what would have unfolded if we were just watching this. During 12 o'clock and basically 3 o'clock or 1500, we would have seen price grind along. We saw that climb. Then there was some back and forth, and then ultimately somebody assumed control. Well, let's see how this would have played out with order flow sequence tracking and how that intelligence would have benefited us. All right, so here we are in NinjaTrader 8, and let's look at this exact sequence that we just reviewing as it would have unfolded in order flow with order flow sequence tracking intelligence. So you'll recall that leading up to that peak and then the grinding area and then the drop off, there was a brief run up. And here's what it would have looked like. Now, there's a lot of things being reported here, a lot of intelligence as to what's going down inside these candles. But for purposes of our conversation, let's just look at the score that's being kept and the activity that we can see as it happens. Now, in this brief run-up, the margins aren't huge, the candles aren't huge, but we're seeing, thanks to order flow sequence, that the buyers are winning these candles, 27, 182, 94, 247. They're not doing it by a ton. There isn't a ton of activity, but they are in fact winning, and price is going up. So we can monitor that. We can see that. But eventually it starts to peak out, and the buyers and sellers really go at it here. So the sellers step in, they ultimately win this guy, 429, and look at this next candle. We go up, and boy, you can really tell as this unfolded that the buyers wanted to see the price go up, but they were stymied. 345, 878, sellers shook their finger in the buyer's face and said, absolutely not, we're peaking out there, we're going to start going down. Now, as this unfolds real time, if you're just using a regular chart, you're a regular retail trader, you would have just seen a candle with a really long tail. Probably would have been an entertaining 7 minutes as this unfolded, but you really would have never walked away at the end of this candle or this candle, and just with a sense that things were grinding along. Not that sellers were stepping in with this overwhelming force, 878, saying, no, we're not going any higher. Or 345. No, we're not going any higher. Look how this developed. Okay, so you remember from our prior chart that we had a grinding period. The buyers aren't going to go away anytime soon. You can look at the scores of these candles. They're pretty close. There's a pretty big margin there. The sellers step in again. We go back and forth. The buyers come back. The buyers come back a little bit. But even so, it's grinding along. And then ultimately we get to our point that we were looking for before, where the sellers step in. So as price is grinding along here, you're looking at a regular chart with blank candles. You probably wouldn't expect anything more than more grinding. And as our next candle unfolds here, we have a ending margin here of 584 here. But what we're watching as this develops here is the score. So this is the activity right within the candle. Look at these red numbers. These are imbalances. This is when the sellers outnumber the buyers by a margin of at least 300%. And if you're watching this happen real time, you're not just seeing a candle go down, you're watching these sellers start to overrun these buyers by margins that they haven't in the past. 133 to 95, 149 to 36, 103 to nothing, 124 to 16. Yeah, for sure. Price is going to respond. Despite this consolidation zone here, these sellers are starting to go on the run. You've got your indication here that the institutions interested in selling at this price level had enough, and it's time to trade with them. You make your move based on this intelligence, and you're rewarded. So there's any number of things that you could have done just watching the candle as it's blank. But here, I see that the sellers are in control. The next candle, they're still in control. So I can let my profits run if I came in here. I'm not seeing a ton of responsive activity. I'm seeing a little bit there. I still have a margin of 1351 with that candle. Now I sense that we might be losing a little bit of momentum. I'm seeing some buyers step in here, that 143 to 7, and then I see a stack imbalance here. Look at this, 17 to 3, 183 to nothing, 82 to 10, 120 to 7. Our sellers are still very much in control. I stay in this trade as it progresses, and then ultimately, finally, I'm seeing some sort of reaction. The buyers have stepped in. They've had enough. This is a chance for me now to exit or get out. Information I wouldn't have otherwise had if I'm just looking at regular blank candles. So there's a look at the real market forces driving price. Get a look inside those candles, thanks to order flow sequence tracking intelligence, and see what's really going on. This will tell you who and what is really driving price. And it's going to allow you to make informed entries. And that's the key to consistent profits. You can't do it looking at those blank candles. Would you like to learn more and see how you can profit from real market forces? Watch our free 4-part training at institutionaledgesystem.com. Until then, thanks for your time.